that fall off and get moved.
Star wideouts Antonio Brown and Odell Backham Jr. are both expected to miss the remainder of the preseason. AB is still recovering from those frostbitten feet. That was tough to see. But he will travel with the Raiders to Winnipeg for the third preseason game against the Packers. Odell is recovering from a hip injury and missed team drills yesterday at practice. Both Pro Bowl receivers have yet to play a snap for their new team since being traded this past offseason. James Harrison back with us, but Shannon, which team will be hurt more by this? Are we talking about the Raiders or the Browns?
I'm going to say the Raiders because at least Baker and Odell has had some practice time together on the field. AB has yet to practice one snap in the in practice training camp with Derek Carr. Baker also has a rapport with Njoku, a couple of the other guys that have been there. Jarvis Landry led the team. So he's going to get his fair share. He's very familiar with those guys. There's no way Antonio Brown is going to be anything other than the leading receiver on this team. That's why they brought him. That's why they brought him in. He's going to be the leading receiver. Yes, they signed Tyrell Williams away from the Chargers, but AB is going to be the leading receiver, and he doesn't have any time on-field time with Derek Carr. So with that, I'm going to say I think the Raiders will be more impacted by the receivers not being able to get any really quality time with their quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on there. I think he hasn't had that time to build that rapport with his quarterback that Odell has. But I'm gonna twist this. You know who is really going to hurt is this trend of players not playing in the preseason. It's really going to hurt them at the end of the day because you got the collective bargaining agreement coming up. These guys want 18 regular season games. Why? I got 2 more games I know my starters go be in. It may only be 2 preseason games, but that's a chip that I could use now in bargaining in the CBA when it comes around. You got 4 preseason games now. You have 4 games where you're not getting the total parking, concession, merchandise
Well, they
sales.
get it. They just don't get that. They don't get the big TV contract money.
Right. So the ratings are going down. You know what I'm saying? And the big thing is the person that's really hurting is the owner's pockets. And at the end of the day, it'll hurt the players because now it'll be, hey, you got a trend of not playing your starters. The ratings are down when you're not doing this. We're not having people in the stands. We're not getting the money that we need to get to give you the money that you want. So we're going to need 18 regular season games, 2 preseason games. It's still only 20 games, but that's what we're going to need so that we can get this done for this new CBA.
How would you feel if you're still playing about 18?
I would not like it. I always said I wouldn't want 18 games.
You'll give me
right now,
benefits?
everything, you need to change your benefits. Right now, everything is set towards you being, the game being safer. Like the game, we made the game safer. Concussions are down. This is down. Hey, we can go up 18 games. We just made the game safer. And that's what everything really has led around to, and that's where we're at right now. And with this trend of guys not starting their starters in the preseason, it's going to lead to, oh, this is what we want, this is what we need, because this is what the trend has become. Where when you and I were playing, it was, third game, that's 3 quarters.
Well, Skip, like I think Richard Sherman spoke to this. It's going to take something extraordinary for the owners to offer us, for the players to consider this. You want to give us lifetime health medical benefits after 3 years? Okay, we'll look into that. You want to guarantee these contracts? We'll look into that. You want to take Roger Goodell, and if it's not have anything to do with gambling, we're going to be able to go to an independent arbitrator? We'll look into that. But without those kinds of concessions, and we're going to do away with the franchise tag, no franchise tags, no tags. If you're talking about that, Skip, okay, now I'm going to look into it. But just to say, oh, here's 18 games, you guys go, no. It ain't going to be no status quo.
So I'm with both of you about the new trend. The trend is everywhere I look, nobody's playing in the preseason.
Right.
No.
I used to enjoy the preseason because at least I could get a glimpse. Right? And again, my pet peeve was always not so much getting hurt in a preseason game, but getting hurt in a preseason practice. It's just like killed me. It's like not fair. The football injury gods, would speak out, that, oh, you're going to go down some non-contact drill. But in this case, we have 2 receivers who need to be playing, as you said earlier in the show, in live action crowd games where you're developing some under fire rapport with your new quarterback, and both are going to miss all 4. And I'm just shocked by that because speaking of fragile, they've decided Odell is really fragile if he can't play one, because at least he's been practicing, right?
Right.
And with Antonio, I still don't get it. I still don't know why Antonio wouldn't play tonight, because it sounded like his feet were pretty much back.
That's what I was curious about.
So is he still protesting? Is he still, is he pouting?
Right.
I don't get it.
And plus, the thing is, what we're starting to see, the owners are going to look at this. I had someone to talk to someone yesterday from the NFLPA. He says, when you start doing these players that get these guaranteed money and they behave like Antonio does, the owner says, see, this is why we can't give you guaranteed money, because now you're going to behave in such a manner. We got to keep that carrot. We got to keep this thing dangling out there in front of you to get you to behave, because that's always been the notion, Skip, is that if I give you guaranteed money, you're not going to work as hard. Well, maybe you might need to do it like basketball players, Skip. To get this super max, you might need to go to a Pro Bowl, make an all-star team, win an MVP, give them guys the incentives, so, okay, to be able to get this. But the way it is now, Skip, I don't like it. I don't like the guys. I mean, I get it. There's so much money involved, and you don't want to see your star players go down. But damn, why are you even having a preseason if nobody's going to play?
That's how it's starting to feel.
Right.
So I'm with you on this. John Gruden has built his whole offense around number 84.
Yes.
That's going to be his fire starter. That's going to be his catalyst. That's, as he yelled the other night, 84 will lead this league in energy. He wants him on the practice field, where he's not been, and he wants him in the lineup.
Yes.
And again, they are going to go to him like crazy because they spent on him like crazy, right?
Skipper, he's the Z receiver in a West Coast offense.
Yep.
Jerry Rice was the Z receiver. Sterling Sharp was the Z receiver. If you play in that system, the Z receiver is going to get a ton of balls.
Yep.
That's what AB is going to play. He's going to get a ton of balls. And to not have, like, no, I mean, look, pat and go is nothing.
Right.
Where he was at pat and go, that's nothing. He needs to be, like, when Derek Carr back foot hit, he needs to know AB is coming out of that break.
Well, it's something else with, like you said, pat and go means nothing. 7-on-7 really means nothing. You need that 11-on-11 with a defense that's actually coming at you. So, you know what? If I have to do a side adjust or I have to do a blitz adjust, then you have to be able to do that on the run.
Okay.
And not being in practice and getting that consistent, look of 11-on-11 ball, then, it's going to change things.
But something's going to give, though.
Okay, so I'm not convinced John Gruden is sold on Derek Carr. And now I'm not convinced that AB is yet sold on Derek Carr, because he just can't be. He doesn't have any rapport with him. There's not enough interaction. Yeah. And you have to, you know AB pretty well, but you have to gain his trust.
Right.
Sort of on and off the field. You have to have some relationship with him that has not been able to evolve with Derek Carr yet.
There was no place. AB, where could he go? Could he go if he only went to, like, New England or New Orleans, or where could he go to get Ben Roethlisberger? Hell, now you gonna get Derek Carr ain't gonna be Ben. No. Ben is a top 5 quarterback. Yes. No matter what you think about him personally or his behavior,
I got it.
But he can flat out play. AB gonna find out that the hard way, but he gonna find it out.
Yeah, for Odell to go from what he had in New York to Cleveland, I mean, the quarterback.
That might be an upgrade.
Right.
Okay, it is an upgrade. Yeah. It's definitely an upgrade in rapport, because he and Baker hang out.
Right.
And he has some respect. I don't know how much you can get of Odell's respect off the field, but I believe he respects Baker enough that if it gets cold in November and December in Cleveland and they're under fire, that Baker can look at him in the huddle and say, calm down.
I hope so.
Just keep it quiet for a little bit, and we're going to figure this out. Well, I think he can.
I hope
if
so.
Odell will listen to anybody,
to that point and you're that upset, either with yourself or someone else, it's hard to hear people talking to you.
But listen, Baker will make himself heard. He will.
He will definitely do that. Either way, guys, we've had a lot of NFL stories today, so we got to talk about LeBron. We haven't talked about that guy yet. James, thank you so much for joining us. Is LeBron past the point of being able to carry his team?
I can't wait.
We'll discuss next.
Whoever said that.